Good day and welcome to another episode of Regional Review. My name is Kambowe, the correspondent for Namibia Media Holdings in the northeastern regions. In today's show, we'll be talking about a number of stories that unfolded during the past week, as well as an interview with Mr. Paulus Viemba, the UNAM SRC Vice President, who will be talking about the examination feeding program. Meanwhile, in history today is the International Day for Tolerance, so check out the next video. On today's show, we'll look at how the family of the late Engidius Kayangwea, the 35-year-old man whose body was found floating in the Kavango River with a number of his body parts, including his testicles, missing, has turned to the Bunza Traditional Authority Community Court for a recourse. This was confirmed by Traditional Authority Chief Alphonse Kaundu, who last week told Namibian Sun that the family submitted names of those suspected to have played a role in his death. In fact, yesterday, Namibian Sun drove to Kapako village and attended the trial of those who are named in the passing of Kayangwea. 7 people are being questioned, which includes the wife of the deceased. Chief Kaundu is expected to make a ruling after the interrogations. Meanwhile, community courts are not allowed to try persons accused of murder or rape. Families can turn to traditional authorities for what is regarded as wiping of tears, not necessarily to find suspects guilty, as that is left in the hands of the police to investigate while a competent court tries the accused. In the second story, we are looking at how the process of who will succeed chief of the Mazubia tribe, Kisko Liswani III, who died in July due to COVID-19, will have to restart as 3 candidates failed the vetting process, Namibian Sun has learned. The men included former legal drafter in the Justice Ministry, Gilbert Muhongo Mutwa, former Katima Mulilo Police Station Commander, Frederick Nalisa, and Sylvester Mutwa, the younger brother of the late Chief of the Namibian Defence Force, John Mutwa. According to a source who preferred to remain anonymous, the process of finding an appropriate successor to the Masubia throne has been met with infighting amongst the royal houses, which is prolonging the matter. On why the candidates failed the vetting process, the source said that Nalisa and Sylvester are not from the male side of the lineage of succession, while Muhongo is said to have not connected with the people over the years as he was predominantly based in Windhoek. Nalisa also has a criminal record after being found guilty of theft in the Katima Magistrates Court. He was sentenced to 36 months imprisonment last year for stealing bail money from the police station where he worked. Rumor has it that a certain individual from Kasika is being considered to become chief. Meanwhile, Chief of Vekuhane in Botswana's Chobe district, Sinvula Maiba Kokwena, will be traveling to Bukalo to advise on what should happen before the inauguration of the new Masibia chief. This is because there has been a long feud amongst the royal families regarding which bloodline should be followed in the event that a chief dies or is unable to lead the tribe. Leswani III's lineage has been ruling the tribe since 1945. Our third story is on the passing of the All People's Party President Ignatius Sihuameni, who died last week Wednesday. The late Sihuameni, who collapsed and died while attending a meeting at Parliament on Tuesday evening, had told his party Secretary General Vincent Kainetu to keep on going forward. Sihuameni, a firebrand Secretary General of the Namibia National Students Organization, NANSO, at the dawn of independence, was a Swapo Youth League leader from 1987 to 1999 and died at the age of 55. He was attending a meeting of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Foreign Affairs alongside other parliamentarians when he collapsed and died shortly afterwards. A SWAPO Central Committee member by virtue of being the SPYL secretary, he was elected to Parliament in 1999 as a member of the ruling party's ticket, but quit to join the Congress of Democrats in 2000 as their chief whip. After leaving COD amid squabbles regarding the party's 2007 Congress, Shihwamenev then formed APP and became the president in 2008.
Just tell us on the feeding program by the University of Namibia.
Thank you very much. The examination feeding program was initiated by the SRC Congress executives under the ECWAFO desk, which is falling under the office of the president. So the idea was that we are going to support students in terms of giving them food packages across all UNAM campuses. So now each campus received money from the SRC executives and from their budget for them to procure food for the students. So it was supposed to run for a period of the whole examination, which started in October, 25 October, to the last day of examination, which was 12th of November. So now here at Rundu campus, what we did is that the money that was given to us was not really enough to cover for those days, for the whole period of 3 weeks. So we have to look and go to other stakeholders for them to assist us with monetary support and also donate some of the food that have to be donated. So it's supposed to end on the 12th of November, but since we received more food and we had surplus of food, so we still extended it. Now we are continuing to donate this food to our nursing students who have started their practicals today. So now we are giving that food to them.
Okay, tell me about the reaction. How did the students react towards this initiative?
No, students are very happy. Students are very happy. Many of them, they've expressed their happiness through on how it have assisted them. You see, when students are in examination, they don't have time. Sometimes they are too anxious to study for the examination, so they are always on their studies. So when we give them food, passes and so, they are so happy because it assists them to get some energy. So the feeling is so overwhelming to the student.
Okay, and following this now, having seen this initiative had a good impact on the students, do you think this should be the culture or the norm of the university? Because this is, I believe it's the first time I'm hearing about, or that we're hearing about this. So has it been a resolution for quite a consecutive incident? Is it a once-off thing? Will it never happen again, you know?
No, it's not a one-off thing. It depends to each SRC which are elected. The usually programs are open. If the certain SRC structure, they feel like they can still do it next year, they can make a resolution on their Congress level for them to make to reintroduce the program. But our hope is that this program can continue through the year because it really can also help the student. Because at the end of the time, the purpose is one. It's for the student to pass.
Okay. Maybe just in terms of assistance, have you sought some assistance from the outside stakeholders, and what was the response?
Yes, depending now from each campus to each campus, but I will specifically target on Rundu campus. On Rundu campus, as I've already said, that we approach some stakeholders such as lecturers, students themselves, but we could not approach businesses. But those ones that we've approached, they've donated some monetary and also food, because the money that we received from the university was not really enough to cater for the 3 weeks. So we have to support and also get support from other external stakeholders.
Okay. Last but not least, with this initiative, do you think now you might have contributed somehow to the success come next year, come the results end of this year for the students?
Yes, obviously we have done, I think this will be a boost to students. Now a student doesn't have to worry about food when he's on campus. He can concentrate to study on the time, and I think the results, we're expecting that it goes up. As I've already said, the purpose of this one, at the end of the time, it was for us to study and we must graduate and pass.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for your time, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
Weather-wise in the northeast this week, Nkurunkuru can expect daytime temperatures in the high 30s with partly cloudy weather expected this week, along with showers on Thursday. Rundu temperatures are slightly lower, although some cloud cover is expected. Kongola, Katima and Kasane can expect high 30s, and only partly cloudy to overcast weather is expected for this weekend.
With that, we have concluded today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. Tune in tomorrow at the same time for another episode of Regional Review. Bye.